There's a fork on your table right now. You've used one nearly every day of your life, and for most of human history, using one would have marked you as either dangerously foreign, suspiciously vain, or possibly an agent of the devil. I'm not exaggerating. When the fork first arrived in Europe, it was considered scandalous, sinful even. A respected churchman condemned it, and it took hundreds of years for people to accept that maybe, just maybe, it was acceptable not to eat with your hands. Every object on your table, in your bathroom, in your pocket, has a story like this. Somebody invented it. It was strange once. People resisted it, or mocked it, or died without ever seeing it. And now it's so ordinary you've never once wondered where it came from. Today we're going to fix that. The forgotten origins of everyday objects. Some are ancient, some are surprisingly recent, and a few of the stories you've heard are complete nonsense. And I'll tell you which. Let's go.
Let's start with that scandalous fork. Humans ate with their hands, or with knives and spoons, for almost all of history. The fork, as an eating tool, appears to have caught on first in the Middle East and the Byzantine Empire. And when a Byzantine princess brought her forks to Italy about 1,000 years ago, the reaction was horror. Clergymen were appalled. The argument, and I love this, was essentially theological. God gave us hands to eat with, and to use a little metal instrument instead was an insult to nature, a sign of excessive delicacy and pride. When that princess later died of illness, some said it was divine punishment for her forks. It took centuries. The fork slowly caught on in Italy, then spread through Europe, and even then men mocked it as effeminate. It wasn't until a few hundred years ago that the fork became standard on European tables. So the most boring object in your kitchen drawer was, for a very long time, genuinely controversial.
A breakthrough. A thing that someone imagined for the first time, that changed how humans lived, that was strange and new and sometimes frightening. You are surrounded at every moment by the solved problems of your ancestors. Every object within your reach is a little monument to someone who was clever, or frustrated, or curious enough to make something that had never existed. You just stopped seeing them because they worked so well they became invisible. That's the real magic of ordinary things. Not that they're boring, that they're miracles we've stopped noticing. Now it's your turn. What's an everyday object you use constantly and have never once wondered about? What thing in your house would you love to know the origin of? Put it in the comments. I read every one, and the best ones will end up in the next video. Until then, keep asking why.